Construction countdown is on. 9 months until Formula One is scheduled to race into Austin. Still up in the air whether state tax dollars will be part of the Formula One funding. Controversy stalled that project late last year, but construction is back on track for a November 18th race day.
New tonight, KXAN In-Depth uncovering key points in the timeline involving Formula One World Championship Limited and the Texas State Controller's Office. KXAN political reporter Josh Hinkle is here live with tonight's top story.
Well, all boils down to this letter right here. It's a letter to Formula One officials from Comptroller Susan Combs. The letter is dated May 10th, 2010, and certifies full funding from the state of Texas, wording which prompted a request for a state opinion questioning if the comptroller overstepped her authority. We spoke with her on Friday.
A letter of optimism and support is not a contractual obligation. I think that's really important.
Couldn't you have said extremely interested instead of certify?
No, because it's not a legal term.
Not a legal term, but here's what else the letter states. With the understanding that the first Formula One race will be held in Texas in 2012, full funding, that's $25 million, will be paid no later than July 31st, 2011. A firm date to indicate Texas was on board with this idea and had the money to get things started. An investment from the Major Events Trust Fund, attracting jobs and tax revenue, a win-win for Texas and Austin.
I'm not opposed to it happening. I'm opposed to breaking the law.
Now, concern from another state leader. Texas Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson is asking the Attorney General to investigate the way Combs handled that potential funding.
Did the comptroller have the authority to make the commitment that was made in the letter dated 10 May 2010?
We asked the lawmaker who wrote the bill that helped get Formula One on the list of events eligible for that money.
But there's a very specific process that requires a local government or a local organizing committee that has been approved by local government to first apply.
Senator Kirk Watson spelled out the statute. His interpretation, Combs can't guarantee the money until organizers or the city apply for it. But those applications didn't come for more than a year after she sent that letter.
I think some people were wrong in the way they were reading that statute. She obviously made a lot of comments that I disagreed with.
F1 eventually pushed the local race back to the end of 2012. By statute, that time frame meant organizers would have to reapply for the money. Money Combs previously said would be available to pay the sanction, the fee to even get on the F1 calendar.
Created a little bit of internal friction.
Squabbles between organizers and talk of another U.S. race led to more problems and fears of Austin's F1 endeavor failing.
Her motto is, don't spend it if you can't defend it.
Then, just over 2 months ago, Combs made a U-turn in her support. She pulled the possibility of state funding until she sees if the first race is a success.
I wish him well. I hope it works.
Soon, construction all but shut down, and F1 officials threatened to push the race back again, perhaps even cancel it because organizers had not paid up. So far, they've been hesitant to blame Combs' action for their financial hiccup.
We're full speed ahead on construction, and the only date that matters relative to the milestones is November 18th.
Back on track.
A lot of things are going to start changing quickly.
They eventually found the funding to keep them going for now. But Patterson says the project almost ran off the road thanks to a false sense of hope Combs gave in that letter long ago. Her office is now asking the Attorney General to ignore Patterson's request for an investigation, saying her letter was, again, merely an effort to indicate broad support.
I feel confident I have complied with the law.
Combs says the state has given no money to Formula One and there is no application on file for any money right now. We should point out that Combs has expressed interest in running for lieutenant governor in 2014, a race Patterson's already formally entered. He and another declared candidate, Ag Commissioner Todd Staples, have been openly critical about Combs' involvement with Formula One. Online now, check out our timeline detailing the comptroller's hand in this project since 2008. We also have an interactive feature with up-close photos of the progress when you hover over specific points on the track. Just search for this story on the main page at KXAN.com. Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.
Josh, thanks.